lot of guests have asked, and I kind of touched on this when Rob passed away, on why I haven't been back in the VINwiki studios. And it's a little difficult when one of your best friends in the world is battling cancer, but yet you want to come in here and tell everybody how fun cars are and things like that. And of course, during Robbie's battle of cancer, not a lot of people knew how good of friends we were. There's stories and things, and people will always be like, well, I could listen to, Rob Pitts recite the Cracker Barrel menu or read me the phone book. And, I'd kill to hear him recite the Cracker Barrel menu today and recite the phone book. Robbie could walk into an empty room and come out with a friend. So this is my story, and this is why I haven't been around for a little while, because of just it's not that Ed and I don't talk to each other and whatever else. It just didn't feel right to be back without, one of my best friends on earth. I told Ed if I cried during this or whatever else, just roll with it. It's pure. So this is the story of Rob Pitts' last car sale. If you know me, I am a Holden enthusiast, Australian car enthusiast. So I'm either going to be sitting in this chair talking about the Dukes of Hazzard or Australian cars, or we're going to drink every time I say the word full code, or God's Green Earth, or yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of stuff that you don't realize you do. Or if you close your eyes and you listen to me talk, somehow I sound like Dr. Phil, apparently. As Robbie got worse and then eventually passed away, Ed and I were obviously invited to come to his funeral. And his funeral happened to be on the same weekend of the big car show in my backyard. And of course, we're hosting close to 2,000 people in my backyard with traffic control and bathroom deliveries and a sponsorship dinner. And Ed attempted to, move hell and high water to get me to the Carolinas for Robbie's funeral, to the point of where we were hiring private aircraft to get me there. And there was just no way feasibly. So we called in an audible, or Ed did, and Mr. Sam Hard showed up and read my eulogy with a little bit of British flair. All was well. But then I knew that the next day I'm hosting close to 2,000 people in my backyard and giving away a vehicle, and it's called Outback in the Midwest. And it was going to be a tough day. And of course, that day called for rain, and you're like, oh my goodness, I mean, it's just mounting. So I stayed home, and Sam read elegantly everything that I wrote, and it was awesome. Of course, Ed did a fabulous job, and everybody, and of course me, I cried a NASCAR race, so I'd have probably been up there bawling my eyes out. But like I said, nobody really realized how good of a friend that Rob Pitts and I were. And so we would call all the time. All this ends up into the story of Rob Pitts' last car sale. And that sale is something that, will kind of set the goosebumps on fire, for lack of a better term. So when we have this big event in my backyard, we give away a vehicle every year. And when we do, we donate all of that money to a local charity or to a good cause. And that year, 2024, we were going to give away a 2009 Holden Ute. And this white thing that was a good vehicle, we bought it with the help of my buddy Kelly Metzmecker, brought it up. And of course, everybody there is Australian car enthusiast. But you could tell from the sense of the crowd that the guests knew I was hurting. And it was hard. And it was very, very difficult to not only put on the smile and the face and be the face of this show, but Robbie was my co-host for all these years. And now, I don't have anybody. I'm going to come out there and talk to these guests and just put this smile on my face. And then, of course, Ed being one of my best friends also, he flew in Sam hard, and Sam may have been slightly massively hungover, but somehow he can usually pull it together, and he is as loud as ever and wearing shorty shorts that are questionable with a bright pink shirt and then a pair of Uggs, which I don't get, but the hello and welcome, it's like he did it. Sam not only had a difficult chase, because Sam is a very good friend of Rob's also. So everybody could tell it was difficult. We're hurting. And we've lost one of our best friends. But during Robbie's battle, I learned a lot about cancer, a lot of stuff that I never really understood. And now I feel like, if someone else is dealing with it, I learned a lot more and I can help. That morning, we're about to open up my property with 12 police officers to direct traffic, and all these people are going to come, and close to 400 to 600 cars and 17 to 2,000 people are going to, we have no idea. And as the vehicles start rolling in and everything's happening, we're going through the motions and registering cars and giving away things and all these sponsorship things. There was a gentleman that came up with another fella and a little boy with a kangaroo shirt on, because this is an Australian car show. And Robbie told a story about buying a trailer full of windows. And then he decaled the windows and he sold them. And it had nothing to do with automobiles, but that's the entrepreneurial spirit of Rob. And he did all that. So this person, this guy and other fella, because granted there's going to be 2,000 people in my backyard, so I, can't pick half these people out of two people, but they were genuinely moved by Robbie's story. So he had brought me this pane of glass, and it was gold leaf brushed with this logo with Rabbits Used Cars on it. And I was like, man, this thing is awesome. It's just beautiful. And they knew, I mean, everything was tripping me that day. There was tears pretty much all day. And so I had taken this, and it's, here they come. I was taking this piece of glass and I put it in my office, and I was like, man, that's incredible. And these people, genuinely cared that I was hurting that day. And I was like, okay, we're going to put it behind the little buffet that we had up for set up, because this event in my backyard, literally like 25 people put this on, and these are just my friends. And so all of them need to eat, and so we make sure they're fed and whatever else. And I put it behind the buffet line, for lack of a better term. And I was like, okay, everybody can see it, whatever. So we go through all the motions, and we don't give away trophies at our show. It's not that kind of a thing. But we do give away a lot of prizes. And it all comes down to the granddaddy of them all. It is giving away the car. And everybody is there to, not only enjoy the spirit of this Australian car, but then give away and attempt to win, this Holden Ute. I'm like, all right, pulling all the stuff and doing everything. But every year we kind of recognize someone that has passed away, and boy, that one was tough to get through Robbie's. But, it was supposed to rain sideways that day, and it was beautiful that day. And so, I just turned around and looked at everybody. And I said, Heaven got a new sales manager, and I just kind of laughed it off. But, a lot of guests could tell that it was tough that day. So I pull this name and I call it out. Even when people would pull me aside and say, can I pray for you this day or today, Travis? And I was like, you know what? You can. I mean, this is a day that I could use it. And, so anyhow, going back, so I pull this name out. A guest comes up and wins it. And, everybody's hugging me and thank you for getting through the day. And thank you for putting this on. And I know how tough the day was. And thank Ed when you see him, when, he for flying Sam in. And it was a gorgeous, beautiful day. And it was a celebration of Rob. It was all done. But when you give away a car, of course, you have to have your attorney there, and you have to have them sign a lot of stuff because you're giving someone a vehicle. I looked at him, I looked at my attorney and the people that won, and I said, partner, I'll be back. All of these people are leaving my house. And I always express to people to not leave my house like John Force. And it falls completely on deaf ears. So, I told them I'll be back in a half hour. So half hour turns into whatever. And, these people are genuinely excited. They've won a vehicle, a Holden Ute, that is rare in the United States. I say bye to everybody. And that, like I said, that half hour turns into an hour. And then, so I end up back in my office, and I set this guy down. And he said, how am I going to get this thing home? And I said, did you bring anybody with you? And he's like, yeah, I brought people with me. I said, well, get them, bring them in. And Haley and I are going through everything. Haley's my wife, and Haley and I are going through everything, and we're kind of checking all the boxes on what we did. And the bathrooms didn't overflow, and everything happened, and everybody went home, and it's over, and it's finally quiet. And people look at my property, and they go, and God, this thing's big. But when it's just my wife and myself there, it seems overwhelming. They walk in, and of course, my attorney's standing there, and the one guy is admiring the little glass Rob Pitts thing that the first guest of the day gave me. I was looking at him and I was like, that was probably what helped me get through the day. Like it was genuinely awesome of this guest to take the time. Robbie had just passed away, 4 days prior, to put this thing together for me. And he was like, man, that's a really good place for it. And then the other people that walked in with him that were going to help him drive this car home that he had just won, then shows up this other guy and this little boy in a kangaroo shirt. And I was like, holy crap, you are the people that gave me that glass piece there, the first people I saw this morning. And then I pulled your name out of a bucket of 2,500 people and you won this car. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, damn, Robbie's last car sale, he gave it away. So the whole reason why I haven't been back, and because Robbie was one of my very best friends, but the generosity of Rob Pitts, and for the people that didn't know him and only knew him from being on here and say, well, I would kill to hear him recite the phone book. I would too. But his final car sale, he gave one away. And so for me, knowing that the people that won the car were the people that cared enough to spend time making something for me to help me heal. And then the weather was beautiful. Robbie paid it forward, and he went ahead and gave them a car and said, thank you for helping my friend get through this. So that is the story of Rob Pitts' final car sale. It took me almost 2 years to tell it, but instead of cashing the check, he paid it forward. And the people that looked out for me, he looked out for them.
This month of VINwiki content is brought to you by Bridgestone, and the most exciting tire from Bridgestone right now is the brand new RE71RZ. That's their extreme max performance summer tire that is championing pole position. It's built for the grassroots motorsports crowd and offers much better on-track wear patterns than we saw out of the amazing RE71RS that it is now replacing. It uses Bridgestone's enlightened technology to deliver long-lasting performance and much more responsive control. And the RE71RZ is now available across North America in 45 sizes since December 31st of last year. This new tire meets all requirements for SCCA racing and will be eligible for competition use in 2026 for solo and time trials. This new tire is 0.74 seconds faster on a dry lap and 0.75 of a second faster in a wet lap compared to the outgoing RE71RS. This really is an amazing new sports car and supercar tire from Bridgestone, so check it out now, along with everything else that we love about Bridgestone, at the link in the description below.